Okay, first I'm going to say all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Shem Shai, Bashem Kadash. I'm get double honors to the apostle and teacher, great millstone for my land of truth. I say Shalom to the whole full elect of Israel. And this is going to be centered on this, I'm driving right now. Verse here in Isaiah 32 and 12, where it says, they shall lament for their teats. And I'm not sure if it's in the same chapter. I can't really look right now. But I know in other places, there's scriptures that talks about how the mirth of the land is gone. The city of confusion is broken down. And essentially, commerce is, it's slowly coming to a halt. And you see that in the form of price increases, people not being able to pay for things. And if people can't pay for things, what's going to happen? Product isn't going to leave shelves. And, that money isn't going to be cycled back into the businesses. And it's not, it's not going to go back up to the chain to where more product could be made. And, and all that shit's going to get halted. And I was just watching the elders in Chicago mention how during the whole pandemic, a lot of people, and after the pandemic, during the pandemic, it was pointed out, there was a lot of articles and news reports zeroing in on the retail apocalypse. And those type of articles are still coming out. I think I just saw one like maybe about a month ago about CVS closing a ton of stores. Walgreens closed a ton of stores. There's a few other big companies that are closing stores. Walmart's been, if I'm not mistaken, have been closing down stores. But all of these companies have been closing down stores. And you see Walmart's been turning, FEMA camps and shit like that. But shit. Fuck it. Everything is coming to a slow halt. And like I said, a big piece of proof of that is the fact that people can no longer indulge in the things that they may have once indulged in, such as you have people that go to bars, they'll spend money, but you can't, your dollar won't stretch as far, and that's going to put more stress on the people. As Isaiah 32 and 12, they shall lament for the teats, and for the pleasant fields, and for the fruitful vine. And teats, when you go into a woman's breast, it provides sustenance for an infant, for a child. When you go into, when you translate that into terms that you can understand, your government isn't going to be able to provide you with, your benefits, or just the benefits that these people may have enjoyed. They're going to slow down and stop. Whether it be government funding, whether it be a good job, or whether it be these things that these people have lived on and need to survive. It says they shall lament for. It says what? For the pleasant fields. And there's a scripture that talks about how the seeds shall fail for the blasting, and I think hail. And even before, years ago, there's an article that talks about, I think it was 30%. America has been bringing in 30% less of its harvest than it normally has been. But long story short, America has been having poor crop harvests over the past years. And it's worse now because that was an article that came out a couple years ago. And a lot of people, once again, a lot of people don't believe it, or they may try to engage in cognitive dissonance because it hasn't directly, personally affected them yet. Well, a lot of people had a taste of that during the pandemic, where they may have been out of work, they may have been evicted. The people that have businesses have been shut down. And once again, there have been you've seen on your shelves how especially during the pandemic, how there were certain food items that were out of stock for quite a while. There's a few videos of Walmart's being out of stock of meat. And just because, all of these events are nothing more than birth pains up until the delivery. You know, and what, as birth pains continue, as subsequent birth pains happen, they get worse. And America is done. There's scripture in Jeremiah 51 that talks about how we would have healed her, but she is not healed. Take balm for her, ointment to try to essentially with all these remedies and stimulus checks. These niggas are putting Neosporin on a grenade wound. Let me see here if I want to get anything else. But that was pretty much the point, because I was just watching the video and the elders of Chicago was going into that. To how one of them who does delivery, this whole thing was affecting their delivery. And also not what the script, I think I mentioned this already, but the mirth of the land is gone, which means the joy. And your holidays, people are not as jolly as they may have once been. You go into your internet, that's another thing a lot of people don't understand, is that when you go into social media and the internet, all those influencers, although in real life they may be fucking miserable, you see all this, all your TV shows, they're jolly on the internet, but when you take a look out your window, you don't see any decorations up. Over the past couple of years, I've noticed that decorations have been dwindling, and that that jolly spirit has been dwindling once again, going into how the fact that people, one of the main things, one of the most important things, the main contributors to these people's happiness is what? Their money. And when they don't have a lot to spend, what happens? They get depressed. They may get depressed also for you got a lot of women that are depressed from trauma. Relationships are fucked. Like no matter which angle you look at it, everything is it's dissipating from every single angle. There is no future for America. There's a lot of buildings, being built, companies being formed and whatnot. But there's a scripture that says how Esau is going to build, but Yahweh Shema Shah is going to throw down. Once again, it doesn't matter how much you people try to build America and try to uphold it, the Heavenly Father is going to be there to knock it down at every single turn. And even if it wasn't for him knocking it down at every single turn, you people would destroy yourselves anyway. But once again, one of the most important things for a nation is people. And if the people are destroyed, you can't have a nation. Look at the so-called black community. That's no nation of people. That's just a bunch of niggas running around rampant. Why? Because they are destroyed. They have no sense of cohesion. Everybody knows when a bunch of niggas get together, a nigga moment is bound to happen. Niggas destroy and consume everywhere they go. Esau Edom, the so-called white man, being the chief nigga. What has he done? Destroyed and consumed every inch of the earth that he's touched. People forget that just because he wears a suit and tie, that this nigga, him and his ancestors were on a fucking rampage. They're warmongers. And that's another thing that, that's going to end everything. War. There's some dumb bitch today that yelled out at the camp, we ain't shit if we don't vote. Vote for what? There's been a lot of talk of government shutdown, which is once again going to lead into that lamenting for the teats. Why? Because the government shutdown is not going to be able to give you people the government benefits that you rely upon. And a lot of you people rely on government aid and government assistance for many different things. But going back into voting, what's there to vote for? Seriously. this is the reason why we say why we promote believing in Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, because there is like I'm driving by I don't know what type of factory this is, but it's pushing out all types of tons of fucking pollution 24/7. People in there, them niggas dying, inhaling that shit, dealing with all these chemicals and shit. But whether these people want to accept it or not, and that's another thing, they don't want to accept it. But this is indeed it. But hope is edifying. I'll say all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Ba'ashim Kadash, and get double honor to Pastor Teacher and Minister of Truth. And look at this, homeless veterans. That's another big fucking thing. Imagine that, niggas who gave their life and gave their legs to keep all you people fucking safe, so-called safe. That's the idea, really. But just feeding into the idea, people who gave their life and their legs so you people can enjoy the freedoms and the benefits and the resources that your leaders steal from other countries. You can enjoy the fruit of that. These niggas are on the street. It's 50 degrees. It's about to probably drop to damn 30 as the sun goes down. They're on the street in the cold, old as hell, ragged and beat up, and begging for money. No, like one of the things with a healthy nation is to honor and respect those that fought for you. But America prides itself on preying on its people. There's this guy that was doing the video. He was talking about how he realized that politics is bullshit. And these people say one thing, they'll do that complete opposite. Biden saying the whole $15 minimum wage thing. I haven't seen that. But all these things that these niggas promised, it's been to no avail for you people. And once again, this is a perpetuating cycle that is continued for the longest fucking time. But you people still hold out hope. When Titanic crashed, there were niggas that died on that ship. But then most people say, okay, this thing is clearly going down, let's jump fucking ship. There's a point where you have to jump fucking ship in some instances. But I'm not going to ramble on. I'll say all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Ba'ashim Kadash, and get double honor to Pastor Teach Great Mills, and Prophet of the Truth. Shalom to hopefully Israel, destruction, Babylon, Great America.